Hello, this is David D. Hilster. I'm a critical thinker, dissident scientist. And what the heck is this? And where am I? Well, I'll tell you both of those things. This is the first installment of a weekly program, a weekly news program called Dissident Science News, where you're going to hear all about the dissident scientists and what's happening in the world of dissident science outside the mainstream of critical thinkers around the world. You're only going to find that here, so I want to make sure you go down below and hit the subscribe button, and you will be alerted to when our next video will drop. And this is part of the Dissident Science YouTube channel. And welcome to the state of science, mainstream science. But believe me, the dissident world is a much prettier and more modern place. Who am I? Of course, I am David D. Hilster. I am your dissident news anchor, and I will be doing this every Monday, except when I don't do it every Monday. But every Monday, I hope to have a recap the week's goings on, including new videos that came out from YouTube channels, of dissident channels, what they came out, what they're saying. We'll also talk about conferences that are coming up, proceedings, and I'll also have a segment at the end where I just briefly talk about some of the craziness of mainstream science, and that's an editorial section because I give them my opinion. I don't just talk about it. So if you do have any dissident news, you can mail it to me at news@dissidentscience.com. I will tell you much more at the end of this video on how to contact me and get your news on here if you have any to tell us about. But let's get right into it. And who do we have but my father? These are the YouTube videos that came out in the past week. My father did one on the series RL circuit. He's an electrical engineer, and he applies the particle model, which is a completely physical model for everything. Yes, magnetic fields, current, but it's actually not current. Yeah, it's a hard story, but he talks about all the electronic components, and he talks about it this week, and he came out with a new video. Definitely worthwhile watching. He's got great videos. You can subscribe to his YouTube channel. Of course, I have all that information below. Everything I talk about in this broadcast of Dissident Science News has a link down below. Who else came out with a video? Again, from our organization, the Chappelle Natural Philosophy Society, CNPS, is Nick of Time, Nick Percival, who is the expert on special relativity and time, and he talks about how to have an impact with relativists. That came out this week, and he has, I think this is his 30th video, so there's lots and lots of great videos that you can watch from him. You can go to him, again, below. It's youtube.nickoftime.guru. Another person from our same group that actually came out with another video that's really interesting from his YouTube channel is What is Energy? Of course, we know, if you know from me, energy is a concept. It ain't real, but he tries to give physicality what is energy according to the energy wave theory, his model, and it is a fantastic model. I highly recommend it. So much simpler than mainstream's model. You want to take a look at that. And of course, we're not the only ones in the CNPS doing videos. We have Mr. Alexander Unzicker, who we've sort of adopted into our organization, and he had a great video this week coming out on his YouTube channel, which is a great YouTube channel. He's got lots of subscribers. You want to check it out. And this one's about why supersymmetry is a joke. He is not afraid to say it like it is. So check that out. And of course, when that comes out, many times I will talk about it. So I was talking about on my YouTube channel about Alexander Unzicker's channel. And of course, I'm talking about a video that I did of a video that I did again of Unzicker. It's sort of recursive. You can see it gets to be a mess there. But I do come out with my videos. You want to check it out. If this is your first time here, just subscribe below. And as part of the news, the Dissident Science News, you will also get the Dissident Science channel, which is me. And was it just people like that? No, it's one of the great critical thinkers of our time, and who is that? Wal Thornhill from the Thunderbolts Project and the organization thunderbolts.info. This is from the EU conference of 2017 of future science. I'm a great fan of them because they are super critical about mainstream science. They have much better models. That's what I am about, is to let you guys know about this. Congratulations, Mr. Wal Thornhill. I know personally. I am very happy. If you're watching, Wal, congratulations. Continue to follow your work and keep going. And it's great to see you guys starting to attack the mainstream like, oh, maybe the Big Bang's not right. Oh, maybe relativity's wrong, etc., etc. And that's why we have this warehouse behind us that's such dilapidated, because people like, and of course, they have conferences. This is from the 2017 conference. And I told you I talk about conferences, and here's one of the EU conferences coming up, and it happens to be in the UK. It's called Reconnect 2018. It's from July 7th to July 11th, and it's in Somerset, UK. And from the 7th to the 8th, they're going to be in the Apex Hotel in Bath, UK, and they still have tickets. This is a satellite conference of the EU people. Of course, their channel has over 100,000 subscribers worldwide, and they have almost 20,000 views of their videos every day. I'm jealous, absolutely jealous. Sorry, Dave Talbot, and I'm totally jealous of you guys, but great job. They have great production values. And of course, if you go to the website, thunderbolts.info, you will find out that they are planning another conference here in the United States in 2019. Well, we also have other conferences, and this one happens to be every week, a conference every week. Well, Saturday morning video conferences. This is from our webpage on CNPS. It's led by Frank and Hugh. He's one of our scientists who's got his own model, which is an ether model, and he leads a great discussion every week. Sometimes they have speakers, sometimes they have a certain topic, and a lot of times they'll just bring your own topic, and we'll talk about it, and everyone's invited. It costs you nothing. You can join from around the world, and we have people from around the world. It's from 10 a.m. to noon Eastern time, Atlantic time, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Pacific. And if you're in Europe, it's around 3 to 5. And it depends, of course, 3 to 5 in the afternoon on Saturday. Depends on, of course, where you are. You want to join in, you can join in, and you can find out when that's happening, because it happens every Saturday, except when it doesn't. And we will list that on our website at naturalphilosophy.org. And of course, the CNPS is having a conference coming up very soon, almost in just only a month, June 27th through the 30th. It's at the University of Connecticut, back to our philosophical roots, and that is happening on the East Coast, and is happening for the first time in many years at the University of Connecticut, because the MPA, which is now the CNPS, used to meet there quite a lot, and we have all kinds of presentations. It will be broadcast live in multicam. Yes, we do. I have a Sling Studio, and it allows us to have really live, beautiful broadcast of it. So if you can't make it, take a look at it. And if you can, make a donation to it. It's great. But that conference coming up, if you happen to be on the East Coast, you can fly in from anywhere. There are plenty of spaces for everyone to attend. What else do we have? Well, we have the proceedings. That is, if you are a person writing a paper and you want to publish, this is a copy of what the proceedings is going to look like at the conference. Of course, they'll be available later on. And we have papers from a lot of these gentlemen. So this is some of the pictures from last year, but I'm still putting that together because we allow public people to publish their proceedings online. We use Share Latex. It's all online. I'll have a link down below of how you can do that. So if you're wanting to publish and you're a dissident person and you want to publish a paper that you think everyone needs to know and no one's accepting it, there you go. Right there. And else we have the Tesla Tech people. Yes, still another group of critical thinkers. And these are more of the people who tinker in their garages and actually build stuff. I love it. When I was a kid, I made a time-lapse photography machine, and I made a water balloon launcher that launched balloons for a long way, and all kinds of other things, that I have a pipe organ. I made all these things. I was a tinkering person. If you're one of those people, you can go to their conference. It's coming up in August, and it's August 12th, the 8th through the 12th in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's always in the same place at the Crown Plaza in Albuquerque. It's a beautiful place. The MPA and the Tesla Tech got together around 10 years ago or so, and it's a wonderful, beautiful place. You want to go there, and there's all kinds of things you can see there. Tesla Tech, if you're into Tesla, these are the people for you. And I'll have, of course, the link below. And of course, now we're down to the last part of the Dissident Science news, which is David D. Hilster taking a look at what's going on in the mainstream and why we live in such a dilapidated place, like this picture that I have for our Dissident Science news background. Well, this is Albert Einstein, one of my favorite places to find just the, the pulse of what's going on in the media frenzy of the mainstream, where maybe there's not so much science and a lot of hype and fluff. Well, this is really great. It says, it's a problem that probably hasn't occurred to you yet before. Could space aliens on hefty super Earths be trapped by their own gravity? This is by NBC News. When we don't know what light is and we don't know what gravity is, we don't know what electric magnetic fields are or electric fields are. We don't really have a really great model of the particle physics, which you can pretty much throw out from the quarks on. And we're talking about this. We don't even know what gravity is. So what do we know? What are we talking about? But you got to check this out. I got a link below. I don't even want to talk about it. That's not what I'm here for. Just to talk about what crazy news is out there. And the other one that I saw today was how NASA will unlock the secrets of quantum mechanics aboard the ISS. It is about taking 7,400 pounds of cargo for an experiment that will chill atoms to almost absolute zero. Why are we unlocking secrets of quantum mechanics? Don't we know about quantum mechanics already? Why are we talking about it? Isn't this the one that generates eraser history problems? The experiment where, if I look at a photon with binoculars and you just use your bare eyes, that it's the photons want to go in two different places, but the cumulative thoughts of our heads make the universe choose which. I don't think so. Anyways, this is just the craziness that we get out there. I mean, we don't know. Quantum mechanics is such a mess. It's such a mess. It makes this warehouse look like a Beverly Hills hotel. So anyways, I told you this again is a new segment, so I apologize. It's my first time doing this, so apologies for not being able to smoothly go through this with time. I'm going to get better at it. But we are the Dissident Science News, and we want you to send us your Dissident Science news. You send it to news@dissidentscience.com. We need from you a link to something on the internet so I can give people the link so they can read more about it, a description of what it is, so when you send it, I know what the heck it is without having to go look at it. Just don't send me a link and say good luck. Make sure it would be interesting to critical thinkers. That's really important. And we, like the CNPS, do not accept stories involving UFOs, conspiracy, or religious subjects. It can be anything. It could be a famous scientist outside the mainstream that you really like, that you want to talk about. It may be a book that just came out. It may be something you've done. Maybe you want to get your information out and say, hey, I've got this new thing. Let me know. Send it to me. I'll put it together, put it in my weekly program, and every Monday, hopefully, we'll get together. And remember what I say. Stay critical, stay thinking. I'm Dave D. Hilster. Ciao for now.